Welcome back to the Energy Co-ops in the News series. I'm Lauren, and today I'll be examining the status of corporate sustainability, specifically how the recent rollback of sustainability standards by the current federal administration has affected corporate sustainability goals. I'll dive into the reasons behind this shift and discuss how consumers can drive change by holding companies accountable through their choices. So, what's happening exactly? For years, some of the nation's largest corporations have widely supported various climate and clean energy initiatives, even going so far as to position themselves as global climate champions. Since the Trump administration took office, many of these same corporations have remained silent, while several initiatives they had previously supported are dismantled, including the federal withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement. Numerous executive orders from this administration have favored the expansion of domestic fossil fuel production, including drilling for oil in Alaska, pausing federal funding for offshore wind, and removing Biden-era emissions regulations and efforts around clean energy generation. Major corporations including Nike, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Tractor Supply are also abandoning their internal carbon emissions goals and eliminating sustainability-focused positions. Despite court orders, the Trump administration has continued freezing funds on several clean energy initiatives, making environmental sustainability goals more difficult to achieve. For example, Washington State Commerce Director Joe Nguyen reported that there are over $450 million in federal energy funds currently stalled in Washington State, which he anticipates will contribute to a loss of jobs, especially in the clean energy sector. As far as the nation's largest corporations are concerned, a profits over planet mindset coupled with overt greenwashing is increasingly becoming clear to consumers. While the federal administration's fossil fuel-friendly approach to environmental and energy policy undoubtedly influences corporate sustainability practices, the problem began before the 2020 election, as many companies had already been engaging in greenwashing beforehand. Some chose to commit to sustainability goals for marketing reasons, instead of a genuine concern for the environment and climate change. And we are now seeing these same companies backtrack due to a lack of measurable return on their investments. The growth of AI has also driven companies to abandon carbon emissions goals, especially in the technology sector. The energy-intensive nature of AI necessitates a massive increase in data centers. Microsoft, for example, has cited an AI-driven increase in energy consumption, and oil companies like Shell and BP are cashing in on this increased demand for energy, abandoning their sustainability efforts in the process. As the federal administration continues to roll back emissions regulations and show a complete lack of concern for climate change, it will only become easier for corporations to abandon their commitments to the planet in pursuit of increased profits and favorable relationships with the current administration. So, what can you, as an individual concerned about the climate, do to increase support for environmental policies? First of all, it is important not to despair. In times like these, our individual decisions combined into collective influence are more important than ever. While corporations and businesses may be abandoning their sustainability initiatives, we as individuals can still exercise our collective power to protect our environment. Consumer choice is a powerful way to drive demand and financial support for clean energy. PA residents or business owners who purchase from a transparent clean energy supplier, like the Energy Co-op, are directly boosting clean energy demand at a time when these efforts are needed most. Consider broadening your commitment to sustainability by supporting other businesses that uphold your shared values. You can visit Science-Based Targets and check out resources covering sustainability rollbacks to learn more about corporate policies and find businesses that align with your values. As a consumer, you have the power to decide where to allocate your spending. While it may not be feasible for everyone to completely avoid major retailers that have rolled back their carbon emissions policies or sustainability efforts, directing your dollars toward more sustainable businesses with equitable practices can send a strong message to companies to prioritize climate action, especially when they feel the impact on their bottom line. It is times like these when our individual and collective choices matter more than ever. So the more we invest in what we care about, the more we create collective change.